Hi guys, it's Tuesday and I have a process video for you today that is very spring, and I used a cut file, big shock, I used a cut file from the Hip Kit Club, and that is from January 2020. It's called Floral Wreath, and I grabbed some older paper from my stash. There are some Simple Stories vintage botanical paper and some one two canoe. I don't know. I never say that right. One canoe two. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna back the cut file with some of this Simple Stories vintage botanicals, and I won't put you through the entire process, of course, but I'll put a couple of them in place so that you can see how it's coming along. And it's super simple to back a cut file unless it's got a lot of detail. And when it has a lot of detail, it can be time consuming. It can be done, but it's just really, really time consuming. So you've got to have patience. I had this upside down and couldn't figure out for the life of me how to put it back in place, but I did finally figure it out. And there's that Saturday afternoon One Canoe 2 paper that I'm going to use as my background. Excuse me. It's spring, time for allergies, but I always have allergies, so that's not new either. These photos are pictures of, I've got these gorgeous little plants. The one on the top was a hyacinth plant, and no, I'm sorry, hydrangea. And for whatever reason, I lost it. I think it was just too sunny where I had it, and it's so hot in Texas that even things that like full sun get burnt if you don't water them constantly. And I just, if you take your eye off of your plants here and it's the heat of the summer, then you're probably going to lose them, especially in a shallow pot like that. So unfortunately, I did lose that one. But the bottom plant, I'm trying to remember. Oh, it's hosta. I have those on either side of my front porch, and they come back year after year after year, and they're just abundant and beautiful, and they do require a lot of water, but I just love them, and I love their little white flowers as well. So yesterday we took Ella out to water the plants for the first time. She went with us, and she was just kind of intrigued by what we were doing and the water hose and the sprayer. And, I explained to her some of the little plant seedlings and the little new growth. And of course, she's 11 months old, so she just wanted to touch it. But I couldn't get her to smell the flowers. That was something she was afraid of. But she'll get there. I'm going to have her in the garden with me at some point. I do have a lot of basil and parsley and mint and blueberries. I have a lot of that's coming up. I recently planted some green onion and dill and red peppers. So lots of goodness to come. So I am going to pop up this cut file, as you can tell, and I'm going to basically center it on the page. It's going to be just a little offset to the right, but it's mainly centered. And I do love how the colors came out on this layout with the Simple Stories Vintage Botanicals. I think the red and the soft yellows and buttery creams and the lovely greens just work perfectly with these photos. And here's where I dug into some of my ephemera and stash. And I'm just going to start to build my clusters around these photos. And I do have a couple of layouts that are coming that do not have a cut file, but oddly enough, I don't really think they're my best layouts. So I really have been enjoying cut files, and I do want to continue to use those. I've just kind of been in a cut file mood. So I am pulling stickers from, where is that from? That is from Echo Park's This and That by Lori Whitlock. And I just thought that the colors went really well and worked perfectly on this page. And I think that collection has got to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 years old. It's not new, that's for sure. So all of this is pretty much stash busting. It is all stash bust. Well, I do have one new item, but it's that little cut apart label from the Bloom Street number 13, where I cut out that entire sheet apart and it says, "You are unforgettable." But everything else is stash busting. Now these little butterflies came from Simple Stories Vintage Botanicals as well. And I want to say the acetate bird came from Maggie Holmes' Flourish Ephemera. And I'm also going to use some label stickers from her Flourish Ephemera. But before that, these are from Paige Evans, and they are the Pick Me Up Collection puffy stickers. And I think they're adorable. I love the little bird that has the blue body with the yellow flowers. Something a little bit different. And then I've got some little puffy butterflies, and I'm going to pull in some enamel dots. I think I'm just looking through here to see if there's anything else on that sticker sheet that I'm going to use. And I do use that little label below the green label that says Good Life. And I'm going to interview a couple of additional labels. This one is Life, a Wonderful Journey. And I know I pull in this little butterfly. But you can see I'm kind of indecisive. There's just so much goodness in some of these sticker sheets. And some of them are not my style anymore. And some of them I feel like I can utilize bits and pieces. But I have trouble just getting rid of stuff unless it's going to a good cause, because you just never know what goodness is lying in the depths of your stash. So this is from the Maggie Holmes Flourish collection. This label says All Things Grow with Love, and that is going to be my title. This one says Bloom where you are planted. Bloom where life plants you and harvest love. At the bottom left, I don't think I've done the harvest love yet. I'm so tongue-tied this morning. It's not even evening. I have no reason to be tongue-tied. I think it's because I haven't eaten yet. And getting older is so fascinating. Okay, so the ones up at the top say Happy Little Moments, and I heart this day. And I have a little sticker from that botanical collection that's just a little heart there to the right. These are the My Mind's Eye Wander collection enamel dots. And I'm going to put those around the page. And I think one more thing I add is a little leatherette sticker from Pink Fresh Studio. And it's just an additional little leaf I tuck in right there. And I think this wraps up the layout. Oh, did I find it? Nope, I don't end up using that. I think I take it off. I don't think I found anything on that. Yeah. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this layout. I know there's a lot of debate. Oh, there is some white paint splatters. I'm curious. I know there's some debate right now, and this is probably hitting you 2 weeks after the fact. So today is April 23rd, and you won't see this until mid-May. But I'm still curious. Here in Texas, they want to reopen things quickly, and I work for a gym. And so I'm very concerned about jumping back into an environment like that, and I think it's too soon, and I truly believe there's going to be a second wave. And so I was just wondering what your thoughts were. Do you think that it's too soon to just reopen? And are you as nervous as I am about that? Or are you confident and are not worried at all and ready to get things going again? And let me know where you are too, because I think it's different in each state. So, other than that, I appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you later. Ta ta for now. Bye.